So this is a small video presentation for people who want to understand everything about EWS. EWS, as you all know, is economically weaker section. Now, there is 10% reservation. So I must make it very clear that there is 10% reservation in the B schools under the EWS category, but many people don't have good understanding or complete understanding about what is EWS and how it works. So here is the form, and the form itself will help us understand everything about EWS. So there are a few important critical points that you must know before you apply for the EWS certificate. The first thing is, if you look at the form, it says that for the financial year. So that means you will have to get the EWS certificate for every financial year. So for example, if you're applying to the IIM this year, then you have to get an EWS certificate for the financial year 2021. And you would be giving all the documents, financial documents with respect to 2021. For example, the pay slips and all these things will belong to the financial year 2021. And on the basis of this, इसी के basis पे फिर क्या होने वाला है कि they would be issuing you the certificate. But at the bottom, we have some very, very important pointers given here. So as you scroll down, you will see that there are 4 points given here. And it says that these are the 4 things. The first is that if you want to become eligible for EWS, you should not have agricultural land more than 5 acres. ये ध्यान रखना है आपने को. अगर आपका agricultural land more than 5 acres है, आप बोलोगे सर आपका मतलब क्या? It is basically your family. So let's say if your father has agricultural land of more than 5 acres, then you're not eligible for EWS. And if you have a residential flat, so residential flat in a town or a city, so if you have a residential flat of more than 1,000 square feet, then you are not eligible. So if the answer has to be no in case you want to become eligible. The third thing is that a residential plot of 100 square yards above in a notified municipality. So you should not have a plot of more than 100 square yards in a notified municipality. So all the answers has to be no. Notified municipality, non-notified, matlab notified in the sense that it comes under the municipal corporation, and if it is not notified, then the limit is 200 square yards. So you have to just be clear about whether your area comes under notified municipality or does not come under notified municipality. So this is the criteria, and if it is no for all these categories, then you have to go and check with the 8 lakh barrier. So the government of India says that if your salary, if your family income is below 8 lakh, and that includes everything. It says it includes salary, it includes agriculture, business, profession, etc. So all the combined income of the family should be below 8 lakh. This is one condition. And if any of these condition is yes for you, then no matter whether your earning is below 8 lakh or not, this becomes nullified. So the first important thing is that all the answers here has to be no. And then you have to go here and this has to be below 8. If this is below 8, and if any of the answer is yes here, you're not eligible for the EWS certificate. Please understand this. Now, one more very important thing. So the first thing is that it has to be for the financial year. It is valid only for 1 year. And there is a logic behind it because every year our income keeps on changing. So if you show the income of 1920, then it's not going to be valid. So you have to show the income of 2021 and then it's going to be valid. And so if you get a certificate today, it would not be valid in the next financial year because when you apply for CAT, let's say in 2022, in the month of June, then you will have to show them the income of 2021-22. These are very, very important things. Now, the second thing is that how much time it takes for the EWS certificate. Now, it says that when you fill the form and you have submitted it with all the necessary documents and the affidavit, 21 days it takes at the max for the authorized competent authority to issue the certificate. So the form has all these details. You can fill the form both online and offline. So there is no restriction on the format. If you fill it offline, then this is the kind of a form that you will get from the respected authority. You will fill your, you will affix your photo here. You will give all the applicant details, present address, postal address, income details, and you will have to submit the documents. For example, you will be submitting the ration card, Aadhaar card, pay slips, affidavit. So they would do the verification through these documents. Through Aadhaar card, they would get to know what kind of property you have, and through the pay slip, they would get to know what is your earning. And it is very important that you have to understand what does the family mean. So suppose if your elder brother is earning, let's say 10 lakhs per annum, but he's I mean, he's not your father and he's not your brother who is less than 18. So here it says that a family is someone that includes you, your parents below the age of 18 years, and his or her spouse and children below the age of 18 years. So that is what we mean by family. So your spouse comes in the family, your children below 18 years come in the family, your parents come in the family. So if everyone's income total is more than 8 lakh, then you're not eligible. So all these things are there. Secondly, a person who is applying for EWS should not belong to SC, ST or OBC caste. He has to be a general category person. That is again mentioned here at the end. And once you are done with this, the next important thing is that here we have some important details. So this is the eligibility criteria. General category people are eligible. And then the family income has already been discussed. Agricultural land less than 5 acres, the property thing has been mentioned. And now you come about definition of family, candidate, your parents, your spouse, siblings or children below 18 years. These are all under one family, right? So all these things, and then how to fill the form. You can fill the form offline or online. Even online is there, so you can just search for your state. And once you have submitted the online form with all the documents, you can wait for 21 days for the certificate. And the second thing is, who is the competent authority? Now, this is important. Whom to submit the form, correct? So the form can be submitted here to district magistrate, additional magistrate, subdivision officer of the area, revenue officer. So this is important. Revenue officer not below the rank of Tehsildar. So you can approach this person. And as far as what documents you have to submit, and if I scroll below, this is what you have to submit. So the documents might be 1 or 2 more than what has been mentioned here. It all depends upon because these things keep on changing. So Aadhaar card, ID proof, land property documents, residential proof, other documents, payslip and all. So this is how it is. And understand people, the EWS category means that your cutoff. So for example, if the cutoff for a particular IIM in general category is, let's say, 93, 94, for example. So if I look at the new IIMs, if you have 93, 94, you have a chance of getting a call. So if you are in the EWS category, then it will come down to around 78, 80, maybe 81, 82. So the percentile range can come down by almost 10%. So these days, the EWS thing is not very popular amongst the students, but as more and more people get to know about it, definitely there would be higher competition the way we have in the OBC category. It is as good as the open category these days. And one more point I would like to mention. The point is that if you look at the EWS certificate, many people think that can we submit a fake certificate? See, the IIMs will not do the verification of the certificate. They will simply see whether the certificate has been issued by the competent authority or not. So they will simply check that whether the certificate has been issued by the particular department or not. So, and the verification part, whether you deserve or not, would be done by these authorities. These are the people who will do the verification about whether you are really in the EWS category or not. There's a news going on that lots of people submitted fake income certificate, but that fake basically means it must not have come from these authorities. And if you have given fake documents to these authorities, then it is they who are responsible for giving the fake certificate. So this is all about EWS. If you feel you belong to this category, definitely you can make the most of it and start working on it right away.